Hello, welcome to Clutch My Pearls, the podcast where I, Emily, learn all about the smut that my friends are reading. As always, I'm joined with Vanessa and Barbara.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, how are y'all?
Good.
Good. I just was listening to a previous episode before the most recent, whatever. We're super good and ahead. I was just listening to the coronavirus episodes. I'm feeling silly.
Good. Well, I also, you sent the aesthetic video, and I was so confused. I was like, what book is this? And I was like, I forgot. I
it's your
blocked
punishment.
it out.
You got blindsided again.
Yeah, twice.
Nice.
That's okay. I pay you back.
Yeah.
Ooh. Some housekeeping things. As always, we have a Patreon, patreon.com/clutchmypearlspod. You can get episodes a day early. You can also get a bonus episode every month. We also have merch. All that stuff is our link in bio. And we've been trying to promote ourselves because we want to do this forever and we want to be here with y'all forever, but we need to continue to grow. But every time we post on TikTok, we are too nasty and we get in trouble. So
they get mad at us.
We get muted or taken down.
Even when we bleep every word we say, they seem to be able to put it together and go, nope. And
How dare you?
This is our call to action of like, if you guys see like interacting with us online, posting, tagging us, all that stuff, sharing with your friends or sharing with your book club, all the stuff like IRL, that is greatly appreciated because TikTok is trying to silence us.
TikTok hates us.
Yeah.
Here for a good time, not a long time.
We're just trying to like elevate our voices and they're trying to be like, no.
They're trying to be like, actually, you need to stop. And we won't be stopped.
We won't be stopped. We won't go back.
I feel like this is a bad time to bring this up.
Not.
What'd she say?
She said, we won't go back.
Oh my God. I was about to say something naughty.
We can't because we're in our beginning time, which
Oh,
who
right.
knows if that even means anything too, because YouTube Daddy
Is also mad at us.
It's also like, hey, limited. We're not giving you full.
It was
like,
so
go
funny.
ahead.
We got one of our most recent ones at the time of recording was like, limited ad, and I was talking to Eric about it and he was like, you can appeal that. And I'm like, if I appeal that, a human's going to look at it and go, no, this is extremely sexual. This is correct.
Worse.
You guys probably shouldn't have a channel. And I'm like, yeah, an appeal. Okay, for sure.
Yeah. Okay,
good.
cool. That's what we do. Got it. Keep up the good work and spread the word. And, I've been all that stuff. I don't know. We love you and we just want to keep doing this forever. But we need your help.
Word of mouth is apparently the only thing. We can't be the ones putting it out there. Is
Mouth
what
work
we're being told.
And mouth stuff is the best way.
Mm-hmm.
Are you trying to ruin the timer?
I'm just saying that word of mouth.
I feel like I already
You
have.
said mouth stuff.
You're repeating that.
Mouth stuff.
Shit.
You see who said, oh Vanessa's
God.
a bad girl.
Bad
Bleep it out
girl.
anyway.
Bleep it out.
I don't know how to do that.
God damn it.
Spanker. It's fine. We got a Barbara book this week, and
We
you
do have a
were
Barbara
really cramming for your.
She was laughing.
She was like, I don't know this because we did the Corona one that I just recently too. Is your outfit a clue or anything?
No.
Okay.
Is it? No.
Venice?
Venice?
Are
No.
we in Italia?
We are.
In Italia?
In Italy?
Italy?
Hey.
Lily? Okay.
That was an answer. That was a response. It was noises.
Yeah. What you got for us?
What you got for us? It's mafia.
Yay! Italy.
And it is Italian mafia.
Hey.
So like, I guess I did it by accident because I'm a witch. I don't know why I'm building it up. Like I'm gonna like make you guys guess or something like that.
Do we know this book?
Would I know this book?
You guys remember episode 2?
Sweetest, the Sweet Oblivion?
That was
Sophie
episode
Light?
16.
Oh,
Yep.
shit.
Mm-hmm.
Was that it?
Mm-hmm.
Am I right?
It's the Maid series.
Oh, cool.
Which one's
By
that one?
Daniel
Wait, what
Laurie.
was episode 2?
Episode 2 was I did this all out of fucking order. But, I swore. Episode 2 was the 3rd book in the series. Ronan with the dog kennel.
Oh,
Okay.
yes.
And then was Sweet
They're
Oblivion.
in Russia. Sweetest Oblivion was
Number 1.
yes, and he burned down a gas station.
Yes.
So that was it. Which one's the one with the strawberries?
That was
Unrelated.
mine.
Yeah,
That was a different one.
Brutal Prince.
Brutal Prince. Yeah,
So
which is a
again,
good
I
one.
know these books by sticking cards in them. At Barnes
Yes,
and
you're
Noble.
like, hang on.
So I'm like, I just saw that one, but this one, who's it by again?
Danielle Laurie.
Oh, nice.
And this is book 2, so naturally it's the 3rd one we're doing, and it's called The Maddest Obsession.
The Maddest Obsession.
Yeah.
Is he crazy? Is he
What?
mad? Like a Mad Hatter?
We're gonna get yelled at, but he does have OCD.
Well, so do you. That's okay.
Girl, same. And so I thought that was interesting about this book because he has OCD and it's like some similarities, but also not.
Did you feel represented? Or did you feel triggered? Or
yes, but no, but yes. I think, I mean, off the top of my head, I don't know how many other books I've read where the person has OCD and it's like he has an obsession with 3 and my number is 4 and he like does things and like he taps things 3 times or like counts things 3 times and I'm like, oh, I do that. I like, you can't like, my OCD is kind of nice in the sense that it's all happening in my head. So you can't see me. Like I'm not turning light switches on and off.
Yeah.
Right.
But I count everything in pairs of 4, which is not the same as 8. And like, I don't know. It was kind of nice seeing some
different.
of that.
It's not
big
4
diff.
times 2.
You understand. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you. Yeah.
And from Stuffed had OCD.
She did?
Did she have OCD? I thought it was her. She just didn't want to touch people.
She had a lot.
Yeah.
She had a pillow that came to life.
Yeah.
She did. Yes. Good
But
for
she
her.
was OCD. She was just very particular.
Yeah,
in
she
that
was
way.
germaphobe. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have the contamination germaphobe OCD.
Yeah.
Christian, the guy in this, he does a little bit. He just likes things clean and orderly and precise. And he's all like, he's cold, control, order. Like,
Does she have hair?
Yes.
Okay.
Are you thinking of
Howie Mandel?
Yep. He has
Why?
hair. People with
Because
OCD can have
Howie
hair.
Mandel is like famously OCD about touch and like
He doesn't want to shake hands. He doesn't like.
Yeah, but why would you bring him up?
because he
Gross.
has OCD and,
And
he's
he's
that
bald.
way about like
Yeah, but
contamination.
He's not cute.
I don't care.
We're not. I mean,
I'm sorry.
She's just thinking about like,
I'm
is
sorry,
this
I'm
guy
just-
bald?
I'm just trying to represent the ADHD mindset of
Oh,
where
I just
random
thought-
intrusive thoughts come in and ruin things.
I just thought maybe you'd want to bone Howie Mandel.
No, if he was bald, I'd be like, Jason Statham, what's up?
You fucking love him.
He's a babe.
All right. Well, no,
His
he's
wife
not
is
bald.
gorgeous too.
So true.
Who is she?
Rosie Huntington.
So-
Williams.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I know. What's the Mad Hatter up to?
The Mad Hatter.
Already.
I love it. I need to cough.
How many pages is this book?
It is. Oh yeah, I have to see my baby bopper set up. I have so many things as usual. This is why I never take notes. 376 pages.
Okay.
Came out in 2019.
Ooh, pre-pandemic.
Yes.
Do you want to guess the first coming? Where do you think the first coming is? Or do you want to
read
hear
the
about it
synopsis
first?
first.
Okay. She fears the dark. He rules it.
Ooh.
Her dresses are too tight, her heels too tall. She laughs too loudly, eats without decorum, and mixes up most sayings in the book. Little do
Same. I mean, same, girl.
She is gonna break the OCD.
She's constantly talking about Howie Mandel. Little do most know it's just a sparkly disguise there to hide one panic attack at a time.
Hey.
Relatable.
So much representation.
Nobody can crack Gianna's facade. No one anyway until he comes along. Most see a paragon of morality, a special agent upholding the law. In the New York underworld, others know him as a hustler, a killer, his nature as cold as the heart of ice in his chest. Aww. Yeah. Christian Allister, Howie Mandel, has always followed the... Vanessa's so mad.
No, Christian Allister sounds really familiar, and I feel like he comes up on the book boyfriend filters.
Yeah, I bet he
I
does.
never knew who he was.
I bet he does.
Maybe we should do that as a way to figure out what our next book is. Is see who the book boyfriend comes up with.
I've literally read books because of the book boyfriend
But
filter.
you're like, I
It's
need
very
to know who
effective.
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get
It's
to know him.
scientific. It's women in
Yes,
STEM.
Women
Yeah.
in STEM. Christian Allister has always followed the life plan he'd envisioned in his youth, beneath the harsh lights of a frigid, damp cell. With a proclivity for order and the number 3, he's never been tempted to veer off course, but one should never say never. One winter night and their lives intertwine. She hates him, his stone-cold demeanor.
He loves it.
Vanessa loves it.
Barbara loves it.
She's just kicking her little feet.
She hates him, his arrogance and too perceptive eye, but over the years, even as their games consist of insulting each other's looks and intelligence. Over the years. This spans 7 years.
Wow. When Harry Met Sally.
Oh. We should just talk about that the whole episode.
Yeah.
I love that movie. Okay. insulting each other. She begins to live to play with him. Nowhere in Christian's plans had he ever prepared for Gianna. She's chaos embodied, not his type, and married. But none of that can stop
Married?
Married.
Marriage!
And they were roommates.
They were roommates.
And they were roommates.
He's married?
She's married.
Oh.
I just keep thinking of, was her name Gianna from Love is Blind?
Oh my God.
Which one?
The blonde one. She was like Italian.
This season?
No. It was like 3 seasons ago.
Oh, okay. I just remember it. I barely remember this season, and it was my whole personality up until last week.
Yeah, because you fast forward everything.
Yeah, but I remember 3 seasons ago. Unless it's Molly, May, and Tommy, you know?
Okay, so you do.
I don't know. No, because they're
You guys
Molly,
talk
May, and
about
Tommy, it's from UK Love Island.
No, not
The
Love
people that
Island.
know.
Love is Blind.
See, I can't even get the shows right.
You guys talk about Love is Blind and Love Island and all these love things so often that I feel like I have to watch them. Will I?
should.
No, but I should. Okay.
Anyways, what are we saying?
Um,
What? Where are we at? They're in a cell?
She's married.
she's married. Don't worry about it. We should have given you the whiteboard to draw on.
Doodle. You should see the like psychotic notes I take while I'm listening to the episodes to do the description. It's like just random where it's like, come, okay. Goat eyes, all right.
That's all we need to know. Spike proteins.
Yeah. Jolly Green Giant, got it. Okay.
She's chaos embodied, not his type, and married, but none of that can stop his eyes from following her wherever she goes. All along, she doesn't even know that she's his frustration, his fascination, his maddest obsession.
Ooh.
He's crazy about her.
I love it. I love it.
7 years. That's a long
7
time.
years. Yeah.
You said something that he was like following the law, but he's not.
He's an FBI agent.
I was going to say, it sounds like he's a coppa.
Yeah, but then he was in a cell.
Yeah.
And Dark Underworld.
Yeah, but I feel like that's like in his mind.
His backstory.
Oh, okay.
His past.
Does he like, is it, what was that movie?
When Harry Met Sally.
The Rev, isn't it? The one where it's like Jack Nicholson and Matt Damon and Leonardo DiCaprio. They like, he's like in the FBI thing. And
The Departure.
The Departure.
The
Departed.
Reverend was the
What
one
was that
with
one?
the bear.
Oh, right.
First of all,
the Leonardo DiCaprio
Yeah,
one.
he was in that too.
The movie is The Departed. It's an amazing movie.
Yeah.
It's
So good.
The Revenant, yeah, he's eaten by a bear. And
Yeah.
I was thinking of the ref, something like that. I don't know. We're going in all
Ringer?
directions.
I want you to know I tried so hard to interrupt the synopsis because
wouldn't
usually
let you.
I just listen, but I was like, I'm going to say every thought in my
Isn't it
head.
fun?
I know
love
it
Is
is.
it fun to just like say
love
every thought
it.
that comes
Yeah.
in your head?
I'm so proud.
Then you listen to the episode and be like, God, shut the fuck
Yeah,
up,
probably.
Emily.
Probably.
When I edit every single time, I'm like, God, I talk too much.
No, you don't.
That's the point of the show.
I'm going to sit here silently. Good luck.
Figuring it out.
We'll just talk about When Harry Met Sally.
I love that. Okay. What page do you think The First Coming is on? Do you want to guess or do you need more
7
backstory?
years.
Is it between the two of them? I assume.
Yes.
Do we jump around in the timeline?
Forwards and
So
backwards?
part 1 is like starting in like the year that she's 21, and then the next chapter she's 22, and the next chapter she's 23, and we get like a few years ahead.
Okay.
And then we're sort of through that time. It's dual POV, which you love.
Love it.
We're getting a few chapters of him like a few years ahead. Say she's like 25, where he is in therapy sessions because he has to, because he got in trouble at work.
And he's talking about her.
He's like Tony Soprano in My Soprano Summer.
Totally.
Hey.
And then part 2, we jump ahead to present day where she's 28, and I think it's like 2019 when the book came out. So
169.
127.
108.
Oh.
Not too bad. That's a good amount in,
Yeah.
but not too much.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So chapter 1, it opens up with her in jail.
She's in jail?
She's a
in jail.
bad girl.
She's a bad girl.
She is a bad girl.
What's she in
She-
jail for?
Coke.
Hell yeah.
She got pulled over for speeding and she had Coke in the car, so they put her in jail. And then guess who shows up to get her out of jail? The FBI agent.
Ooh. Does she know who he is before?
No.
But he knows who she is.
Oh, he wants her to be an informant.
No.
Is she part of the mob?
Yes.
I thought you said
She
the
is-
mom.
She is married to the mob, another movie, Michelle Pfeiffer.
Ah. Okay, so she's Carmela.
But they do know each other.
No.
She'd be Adriana. Christopher.
Yeah, is
This is
Adriana
not a
the one
Sopranos
who's, like,
podcast because I have no
loud?
one to talk to about it.
There you go.
So, I mean, she'd be kind of, Adriana was
Does she dress a little trashy?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. This is
Oh, so
that.
you got to the
This
part
is
where she
that.
dies?
Yeah, because you ruined it.
Well, I'm sorry. It came out 25 years
still
ago.
was a twist.
25 years
It was
ago.
still, it was still like a
Oh my
twist
God.
of like, how?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Gianna's whole thing about how she dresses, as long as they're looking at my body, they'll never see what's behind my eyes.
Does she have
Fear.
brown hair?
It's like a shield. She does, but sometimes it's blonde.
Adriana.
There
she
you go.
is, yes, Drea De Matteo, IRL, but Adriana in Sopranos.
She's Italian, and when I was reading it, I was picturing like Eva Mendes and Sofia Vergara. Neither of whom is Italian, but like
Yeah. That
Yeah.
same kind of like cat eyeliner stuff. Like, yeah.
just like, oh, she's in the room. Oh, like, wow, here she is.
I love it.
He describes her out like how she dresses as like a cross or Britney Spears and Kurt Cobain's love child. She's a little
my
grungy. She's a little trashy. She's
That is-
always slutty.
It's Adriana.
Yeah. Yep. There you go. He has blue eyes and dark hair, and he is like he's so hot.
Oh, he's so
hot. He's like the great grandson of Ramsey from Ransom because he's so hot.
So hot.
Oh, I was like, what?
Vanessa was just like, the fuck is she talking about?
Ramsey.
So hot.
Jeff
So hot.
Oh my God.
from the Highlands.
Congratulations, Jeff.
So is he Italian?
No.
What is he?
He always said he's in the FBI, and he always tells her he's from Iowa, and she says, "You're from Iowa. I'm the Queen of England. Like you're full of it." Okay, I'll jump ahead. He's Russian.
Ooh, okay.
Bad boy.
He doesn't have any accent, but remember book 3, episode 2, Dog Kennel, Ronan, the Russian. That's his brother.
Oh.
Dark brown or just brown?
Black.
Dark hair,
Mm.
blue eyes. I was picturing Paul Walker.
Oh.
He's just so pretty.
Rip.
Yeah.
He's so fine.
I mean, although, yeah. I mean,
You're
we did have
picturing-
our redeeming Glenn Powell episode where you came
Okay,
around, and
y'all.
we've seen Twisters.
I haven't seen Twisters, but
I loved it.
We are.
I
It's
was
so
like,
good.
I
It's
was
so
like,
bad.
okay,
It's
I'm
so
gonna, you brought up accessories, and I was like, I'm gonna watch Hitman.
It was a good.
I did too. Yeah, I'm in my Glenn Powell era.
Are you on board?
Yes and no.
Same.
Oh.
Because in the beginning, he's wearing those shorts.
That's when I texted my friend and I was
Tucked in.
like, I love this guy. Like the
I
way
was like,
he's driving the
absolutely
Prius
not.
with that posture, I was like, I see it. I love it.
But then there's some where he looks really gross. But obviously, when he's like the main character that he's supposed to
hot.
be, Ron, and yeah, he's pretty cute.
Did you? And I'm sure there's a million TikTok edits of it, but did you clock the moment in Twisters when he gets out of the car and he goes to say something, and he like flicks his tongue or something?
What?
Oh
No.
my God,
He, like,
Emily's a freak.
something-
What the hell?
He does something like that. Like, I don't even know how to do it, but I was just like, I inked. I just inked.
She
Oh
was
my God.
clutching her
No.
thighs. the whole time.
I was curled up like,
That was no ink for me.
I loved him in Twisters. I'm back. Anyways, I
That's
don't
fine.
think he's good for this though.
He's
Sorry.
not. Thank
He's
you.
not.
Howie Mandel.
Paul Walker.
Okay, we'll do Paul Walker. The baby blue eyes.
Fine.
I've seen the eyes come up a bunch.
Yes. She's big on it. Every
Paul
time they
Walker.
run into each other, it's like blue. And it just says that in italics, blue. And then she tries to like be attracted to somebody later and they have blue eyes. She's like, he's ruined a whole eye color for me. Fuck.
Aw.
Yeah.
Okay, Paul Walker.
Paul Walker.
Back from the dead.
They're obsessed with each other.
Well, he's madly obsessed with her.
Yeah.
So-
he shows up and he's the FBI agent that gets her out of jail. And so she figures like, okay, now it's like a federal case. That's weird. But then he takes her to her home. And that's when she realizes and goes, oh, he is just in my husband, who's a mafia man. He's in his pocket. Like he's an employee essentially. Like he pays him.
Okay, he works with the mob.
Right. So that's her assumption. She's wrong. He's like, he does his own shit. He is really, 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 really good with computers, I guess. And so then he is like the guy that
smart.
he's so smart and he's so hot and he's
hot.
so fast and so
So blue.
furious.
He's too fast and too furious.
So true. The mob is lucky to work with him. Like much later in the book, someone's like, if you fucked up my relationship with him after it took us this long to get him to agree to work with us. And she's like, oh, that must be why he always looks mad when I talk to him like he's the help.
Oh,
They're
what is
very,
her husband like?
her husband is 25 years older than her.
Okay,
So he's like the mob boss.
He's, yeah.
is
You
he Tony
remember-
Soprano?
Sure.
Is he like
Will that make you happy?
Big bald.
Well,
guy?
maybe it's Christopher in the future when
Christopher in the future is hot. White Lotus Christopher. Michael Imperioli in White Lotus.
Okay, Carmela.
Great,
Okay.
babe.
Calm down.
Okay.
But maybe
Okay.
he's in the future.
She is 20 when she marries him. She is like infatuated. She's like, this is it. This is going to be the guy. This is going to be great.
Oh, so she likes him.
She likes him. Do you guys remember book 1, episode 16, Sweetest Oblivion with Nico? Yeah, that's his son. She's married to his dad. That's her stepson.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
In book 1, The Sweetest Oblivion,
Yeah.
which is our episode 16, which may or may not be true. Nico,
That burned
father,
down the station.
correct.
His
Nico's
dad
father
is married to
Gianna.
Okay.
So Gianna and Nico are closer in age.
Nico's only 1 year older than her.
Nice.
So their mom like died or something.
Yes.
Okay.
They do fuck in the book. Nico and Gianna.
What?
Before or after she's married?
After she's married to his father, while she's married to his father, but much before the events of book 1, Sweetest Oblivion.
That's the one that she was supposed to marry.
The sister.
With the gardener thing.
He was supposed to marry the sister.
He was supposed to marry the sister, but she, okay. Okay.
We need a
Okay.
whiteboard.
Okay. Yeah, she sleeps with Nico because that's like chapter 2. Yeah, chapter 2, slept with Nico. Because
Don't forget.
she's been married for like 2 years and she catches her husband fucking her best friend. Gets incredibly drunk and drugs and all kinds of other stuff. Nico is also very drunk. They wake up in bed together and they're both like, oh no, we can't ever let this happen again. We can never talk about this.
Dang.
Well, what's the point? If you're sleeping with your husband's son to get back at him, wouldn't you rub it in his face?
She wasn't doing it to get back at him.
Oh, it was an
they
accident.
drunkenly fell into it and then woke up and went, oh my God.
Chosen probably doesn't want to piss her husband off too much.
Not too much.
Because he's a little scary.
He's a little scary.
He'll kill her.
Yeah.
I'm going to picture Tony Soprano. It helps.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, why not? Who did we picture for Nico?
I don't remember.
Mm.
Howie Mandel?
Probably
Maybe.
Jason Statham.
Probably at this point. You probably brought up Jesse Eisenberg.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, that was your
Uh-huh.
Jesse Eisenberg era.
Well,
I think Jason Statham was the first hot guy you ever casted.
It was
He was
because
the
we
one
tried
with the
so hard
bathing
to be
suit.
like, who do you like? And you're like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't remember the name of any man.
Except for Jeff.
I think it was like a week after the wedding. I was
Yeah.
still in love. I still am in love, but you know where I was like, all I can do is think of him.
She's like, it's really based on his personality.
Yeah,
That's
she's
what I
talking
think is
about,
the hottest.
Oh, Glenn Powell's tongue tricks or whatever the fuck.
Something about there's got to be
All
anybody
right.
who knows it knows it.
I don't know it.
I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna spam y'all.
Oh, great.
I'm gonna turn it into a sticker that we send to each other.
They basically just keep running into each other over the years. And it's like they're very sassy, very like banter. It's a lot of like, he's all cold and control and like really hates how much he's attracted to her. And she really loves flirting with him, but also she's not actually trying to cheat on her husband. Like,
It's just for fun.
after she finds him with her best friend, she just never sleeps with him again. And yeah.
It's giving Willa and what's his name from Heartless.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Where she's always like teasing him and he's all like
he likes it.
buttoned up.
Yeah.
We find out that Christian only ever sleeps with the same woman 3 times. And then he's
number 3.
done. Number 3. And he does it because he wants to avoid like feelings and questions and commitment and intimacy. And he never kisses women ever.
No kissing.
No touchy.
What other ways does his 3 thing come out?
He will adjust his watch 3 times. He'll tap. It'll be 3 times. He'll like, if he knocks, it's 3 times.
Does she notice it?
He's
Oh,
3
yeah.
strokes.
She
and he's
immediately
out.
noticed it.
3 strokes, 3 pump chump.
1,
Gotta
2,
be
3.
done. 3 bites of every meal and then done.
Oh.
She immediately notices that he's like contamination and like dirt and stuff like that. So she's always messing with him. So she'll always, every time she sees him, she'll take his drink and take a drink, and he'll drink, but he'll move the glass. So
Nice.
it's not in the same spot. And then, oh my God.
It's a bird.
Oh my god.
Oh, it keeps your heart strong. You got to get rid of those bird feeders.
I already ripped it down. It's already gone.
Does anybody need to change their pants?
I need a
What was
heart
I saying?
attack.
She drinks out of his glass.
She'll always take his glass and drink out of it.
We need a moment of silence for the bird. He's probably dead.
R.I.P. Rip. Tell Paul Walker hi.
Oh my God, release the dove.
Okay. Yeah, so she's always taking his glass and drinking from that same, and he won't drink from the same spot until a certain part of the book he does. And like
That's how he tells her he doesn't hate her.
He doesn't hate her, yeah.
He doesn't hate her.
What, okay, so they're kind of like, he's just kind of appearing, they're seeing each other every now and then. She fucks Nico.
Whoops.
When do they, because if it's 120 something or 107 that they fuck, that's still pretty early.
In chapter 5, which is another year in her life, so she's 24. It's her birthday, and they're at the club that's owned by like, you know,
the Bada Bing,
the mafia. There you go. Thank you. She goes downstairs to where like all the business happens, and she goes into the office, and her ex-best friend is there because they're still having the affair.
Ew.
Yeah, and so she's in the office
because he's like, "You're not fucking me."
Hey, I'm
what
Tony
am I
Soprano.
supposed to do? This is my Goomba. Isn't that what they call their side chicks?
Yeah. Sure. Thank you, Emily.
Our Italian mob correspondent.
You translate. You do all the naughty words. You help us remember the names of things and all of your Italian translations. Thank you.
Yeah, and then I cram my hyperfixations down your throat.
Thank you so much.
I think that's not Dallas.
Ooh, that was
I was going to mention Dallas earlier, but I didn't want to get her going, and now look where we are.
I'm still in my Soprano summer.
Oh, don't worry. So she's in the office with her ex-best friend, and then her darling husband comes in, and then Nico comes in, and then there's shots, and they tell the women, stay here, and her ex-best friend is like, I don't want to live without him, I want to go help, and so...
She gets shot?
She says that about her husband?
Yes.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Rip.
On her birthday, too. Husband dies, ex-best friend dies, Nico gets shot, but he lives.
Thank God.
It's all very traumatic.
I love it.
Damn.
Thank you. This is mafia books where it's like, yeah.
Fucking sleep with my husband, bitch.
Yeah.
You sleep with
Girl.
the fishes.
What now? Yeah.
Hey.
Revenge. Okay. Yeah, it's cute. And then, okay.
Love when they die.
A bunch of people are dead. It's like so adorable.
Now she can be with him.
No.
Because he's not there. Christian, right?
He is. He finds her in the office, like, you know, she's a little traumatized, and he picks her up and puts his coat on her and goes and takes her out and like takes care of her. But it's not, nothing happens.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a gentleman about it.
Of course. Takes her in and out 3 times.
There's another time and then he goes, okay, you good now? Bye.
Yeah. Bye.
This is your song for the episode. Yeah.
Now Emily's going to do everything in 3s.
Oh, I hope so. That'll be fun.
I would say 3 would be my number.
Okay. It's like 6 months later, I think, and they're at the same club again, and there's some guy that she meets with a friend of hers, and he's like flirting with her, and she's flirting too, and then Christian, oh my God, there he is.
Of course.
He's watching
You
her.
got to track her.
He no IUD tracker yet. He's not that guy, but
he's not Lincoln.
He's not Lincoln bio. He comes up to her and tells her, don't bring him home. He's like really like jealous and territorial. He's like, don't bring him home. And she's like, wasn't going to, but because he says that, she's like, you can't tell me what to do. Brings him home. And like in her POV, she's like, I don't even want to sleep with this guy, but whatever. And then he's like, you're not even going to give me like, he wants to do some coke.
Ooh.
And so she's like, fine, here it is. And he does a line in her apartment. And then she looks up, and she'd left her door open because she wanted him to know he's not staying. She looks up and she sees Christian coming down the hallway, putting the silencer on a gun. And he just walks in, shoots the guy, and walks out without a word.
Wow.
I love it.
Oh my God.
He's just doing some
Christian,
coke.
quit it.
Christian, you're obsessed with me.
Christian, what are you doing here?
What are you doing here? And then she goes to his apartment, and she's like, bro, what the fuck? Like, that was a lot.
Yeah.
And then they start flirting, and she takes a drink of his vodka and then goes to his mouth and spits it into his mouth, and then they make out.
Vanessa inked.
You're inking, you're clutching. Yeah, this book is good. I love this book.
Did you do it like a fountain?
Yeah.
She was like, get low.
Oh my God. And then he tells her, if I fuck you, nobody else ever will.
Oh, Vanessa's inking.
There's ink everywhere.
We're just filling up the room.
Just sloshing around in here.
This is where the first coming is.
Oh, shit.
She cuts her foot when she's like, I should go because he
He's like,
takes.
oh, God.
That's the first coming. He comes in his pants.
No. She was going to leave because he dropped his glass of vodka and used it as like an analogy, like, you're fragile like that and I'll break you. So we can't be together. So she tries to leave, but cuts her foot and she's out.
It's a little cheesy.
Hang on, give me 3
She cuts
seconds.
her foot on the broken glass?
Yeah, and then he picks her up and takes her into the bathroom to like clean it up and put a Band-Aid on it. And then she just takes her shirt and her bra off and he's like, no, all right. And then they...
All right.
She's like, you got to get to the wound.
Yeah. She's like, my ankle.
Between my legs.
He takes her into the bedroom and goes down on her and she comes.
Oh.
Yeah.
I bet he's really good.
Yeah, he is.
Nice.
And then they're going to do more stuff, but he gets a phone call.
Oh, so they just could do mouse stuff.
Mouse stuff. He gets a phone call and it turns out it's his brother Ronan, who is like, he's got some Russian mafia business where he's been like kidnapped. So he's like, gotta go deal with my little brother. Fuck.
He's like, I've got a girl in the kennels if you could give her some snacks.
Come help. And he's like, dude, you are in over your head. So then he kisses her before he goes.
To Russia?
Before he goes to Russia, he kisses her and he tells her, hey, here's my card. Call me if you ever need anything. And then she says something.
Wait, so he just goes down on her and they get interrupted?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, darn.
We got several more years to get through. So strap in, ladies.
So that broke the ice.
That broke the ice.
glass, yeah.
He leaves and he tells her, here's my number. Call me if you ever need anything. We'll talk about us when I get back. And she's like, oh my God.
Oh my God, that's so presumptuous.
So much commitment.
And she says something where she's like, she calls him Allister. And he goes, I just had my tongue in your...
Pussy?
Probably. And you can call me by my first name. And he realizes she doesn't remember his first name.
She's a bad
She's
girl.
like,
She's a
Mr.
bad girl.
Allister.
Because she always calls him Allister or officer. And it's just... So she forgot it. And
Well, and
he's...
she's an accent, so it's officer. Allister.
Officer.
Officer Allister.
You sound like you have a speech impediment.
Officer Allister.
Representation.
Yeah, representation matters.
2 weeks go by. She doesn't hear from him. She's like, okay, clearly he wasn't into it.
He said to call me.
He's in
He
Russia.
literally did. Yeah. There's a lot of miscommunication here, but I was pissed. And then her mom dies and she finds out it was cancer and she's very unhappy. She's very sad. She wakes up the next day in jail again and
Why this time?
the
More
same
coke?
thing.
Cocaine.
She needs to lay off the coke.
She was, she had a bad day.
She was
Well, she's
sad.
only 25.
She's basically a child.
Snort up.
This is pre-fentanyl, you know?
True.
Oh, great. That's why there's more to the story.
Fuck.
Nico, who is like the head mafia guy now, gets her. Nico.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
I'm
Scream his
triggered.
name.
I'm taking
forgot
back to the
about that.
16th episode.
I'm back in episode 16. Okay. Nico is like, you are a lot more trouble than you're worth when you're single. Pick one of my men or I will. You need to get married. And a week later, she's married.
Again?
Yeah.
To who?
The oldest guy she could find.
She's like, yeah, he's not here for a long time. I can do this.
And that brings us to like the scenes where he's in therapy because he's in trouble at work. He's in trouble at work because he came back after a month
In Russia.
and found out she was
married.
married. And he was at work. He was at the FBI
He raged.
room and he broke every computer in the room.
Hell yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I
He's
love
violent
it.
and
Vandalism.
unhinged.
Yeah, he's upset because he loves her so much.
Because he loves her so much. He's not too happy. And so then he decides he's going to transfer to Seattle. 3 years go by.
No, don't transfer.
It rains. It's too cloudy.
She had to.
She had to, but they didn't talk to each other, which is your favorite.
You should have called me.
Yeah. Which
Well,
is what
she-
she
So
says
they
to her.
never
She
talk.
should have called him, really.
They never talked
3
after he went
years.
down on her.
He is a computer guy, so he checks on her literally every single day.
But she's like, oh, I guess I'll just never call him and I'll get married to this other guy and never touch back in.
2 weeks went by and she thought, okay, it didn't mean anything to him like it meant something to me. And
Because he
because
if
he
wanted
didn't
to.
talk to me for 2 weeks and then he finds out she's married, so he doesn't go like, girl, what?
Yeah.
And then he moves to Seattle and she's like, okay, I was right. She never
out.
sleeps with her old husband.
I'm going to picture Polly from
Ew.
Sopranos because he's super old with the gray on the sides.
From the Sopranos? Yeah, perfect. He's old. He's on his way out. Okay, so then it brings us part 2, present day.
Okay.
She's in a CVS when it's getting robbed, and she's so sassy and like, oh my God. She sits down on the floor like, oh, because she was just stopping for some ibuprofen, and so she takes 2 of them, and she's like trying to get it open, and it spills it everywhere, and the other woman in the store is looking at her like she's crazy, and she's like, what do you want some? And then she starts painting her nails while the robbery's going on.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and then...
She's like, this is just a Tuesday.
Yeah.
And then the cops show up, and then, oh my God, the FBI shows up, and it's him, and they see each other again.
Oh.
Wait, why is he back in town?
Because he loves her.
Because he loves her and he couldn't stay away. I don't know.
Oh, so he transferred back to New York.
Fate. He didn't transfer back to New York, but he's in town. Don't worry about it.
Did he know that the store was going to get robbed and they would show up?
He's got that Lincoln app.
I bet.
On the phone.
Yeah, he's tracking her IUD and going like, wow, your heart rate's elevated. Are you?
That was him going down on her. Was him inserting the IUD.
With his tongue. Ugh. That's what Glenn did in Twister. So
yeah,
he had an IUD
that's
in
what
his
he did
mouth.
was that he put the tracker in. It was like, dink.
Oh my God, you got dosed at the
my
Twisters.
God.
I think so.
Oh my God. He takes her home. Nothing really happens between them. But then a few chapters later, they run into each other again because she goes to the same club. And she goes downstairs into the basement.
Stay away from this club.
No, this is where they're like drawn to each other. She accidentally interrupts a huge meeting with like, because part 2 takes place at the same time that the Sweetest Oblivion does. So some of the events in this happen at the same time and you see parts of it. Like it's a whole thing. But
cool.
She interrupts a meeting with like all these mafia bosses. Great.
Cool.
I love it. It's been raining and she's in a white dress and it's soaked through and all
she's
the
just
men.
hard
She just like
No bra.
Yeah.
Like
just
a bada bing.
Tic Tacs.
Yeah, just her Tic Tacs are just bing.
What episode was that?
That was a coronavirus.
Yeah. Okay.
I blocked that out. I don't know what
Tic
you're talking
Tac nips.
God. She interrupts this meeting and she's like, oh, whoops. And then one of the guys there starts making really sexually inappropriate jokes about her. And so Christian shoots him.
Oh, dead?
Yeah.
Nice.
He's dead. And then one of the guys goes, what the fuck, Allister? And he goes, he was annoying me.
That's
not why, but ooh.
I love it.
Oh.
Like he wouldn't shut up.
So she's like, I gotta go, I'm leaving. And then he follows her and then says, I'm taking you home. And then they fuck in his car.
Nice.
In the car.
In the car.
Did they ever talk about like, why didn't you ever call me? And he's like, you were supposed to call me.
They get to it. She says something about like, you like abandoned me 3 years ago and something or other. And he's like, you didn't call me like I fucking told you to. Like, why didn't you call me? I would have stopped this from happening. Like your marriage, you wouldn't be where you are. Yeah. And she's like, oh shit.
She's like, well, you killed this husband too.
Great point. That husband is basically already dead. But he does. Okay, so they have sex in the car, and then she says because she found out he was Russian because he got really mad at one point, and she could hear his accent, and he was like, "Oh my God!" And so then she says, "Say something in Russian," and he says something in Russian, and I had to Google it. And he says, "You are the most beautiful woman I've ever seen," and she asks him what it means, and he says, "You're annoying."
I love it.
Yeah,
he's cute.
It's good.
Are we reading the car?
Not quite yet. I almost did the car one, but it's so many pages, and I was like, I'm gonna fall into the trap of having like 9 pages highlighted, and it'll be. So her husband dies, very sad, but not sad at all.
Not sad.
Rip, just like that bird that hit that window earlier. And then at some point, Nico found out that Christian is like super obsessed with Gianna, and so he kind of wants to twist the knife a little because they're kind of like friends at this point. And so Gianna has to move out of the apartment because her her dead husband's son is like, that's my apartment, get the fuck out. So she has to move, and Nico's like, oh, I know a place you can go, and moves her in across the hall from Christian.
Oh, Nico.
I know, I shouldn't have.
Little sneaky snake.
So then
She's like Cupid.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, like, Nico, now kiss.
Little baby flying away.
There's a night where...
Wait, does she know that she's moving in?
She finds out because she's like, I'm going to make dessert for my neighbors. And so she just like knocks on his door with some tiramisu. And then he's just like, the fuck are you doing here? And she's like, do you want some cake? Like,
oh my God.
rolling with it.
Moved in.
So then they decide, here are the rules. This part of the hallway is yours. This part is mine. You go to the gym during the day. I'll go at night. I go to the pool at night. You go like...
They do like tape down the hallway so you can't cross the line.
Yeah. And then like there's one time where she's going out to the pool and he walks out to go to the gym, and then he makes it like 4 steps down the hallway before he picks her up and makes her go back and put on a bathing suit that covers up more.
Oh.
It's just that. It's that. And then when they're walking down, she shoves him into a plant, and then later he shoves her into like a cleaning cart, and it's just they're just
that's true love right
they're
there.
in love with each other.
That is true love.
They're so in love. It's cute.
Now, why won't they just be in love? Why are they being like, no?
Well, it sounds like just like the timing is never right, miscommunication.
FBI agent, mom
Yeah.
lady.
He's wandering
Russia.
around Seattle, Russia.
2 husbands.
Yeah, she's got a lot of husbands.
Black Widow.
Yeah. So then he sees her out again at some like big benefit thing that they're all doing downtown, and he has a date and she's pissed. I know. And so she starts flirting with some guy and he's pissed. But she's like actually flirting with the guy. Like he makes her blush at one point and he's not happy. And
Her tracker has like a heart rate monitor, and he's like,
motherfucker.
Like Love Island.
yeah.
See again. Okay. All right. And so then she goes back to her apartment and he shows up, and that's the scene we're going to read. So grab the iPad.
Oh, it's over here.
Oh, so this is after the benefit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's this girl that he was on a date with? Do we find
Yeah,
out?
what the
She's
fuck?
Russian, and it turns out that he's not actually trying to date her, but he's trying to get a deal done with her father. So, because her father's like Russian mafia, and she's like socialite, like some random. And so
Shows me
he's
around
like
New York.
dating her, but not actually planning on like being with her.
Right.
So,
All right. Are we ready to read?
yeah. So he's mad, and she's like, "Oh my god,
So they're
Christian,
back
what
at
are you
his
doing
apartment.
here?" At her apartment.
Slash-
well,
okay, he's
essentially
across the hallway.
their apartment. Yeah.
They're like, let's open these doors. Okay. Christian stood in the hall, his gaze lowered. My pulse leapt. On mere instinct, I tried to shut the door on him, but he kept it open with a hand. I took a step back as he entered my apartment. He shut the door, his eyes hot enough to set my skin on fire.
I'm picturing lasers like
Just like little
Cyclops and
flames.
X-Men, where it's
You've been ignoring me. He followed me as I slowly walked backwards, his tone demanding a response. Tell me why. You like me. I breathed.
You're
You
not
like
doing
me.
You're not doing annoying voice for him yet.
Not yet.
She
He hasn't annoyed
loves
me yet.
him.
I'm,
She
I'm like
loves
still
him.
into him.
Okay.
Like his. I also don't know how to do like a slightly Russian, but he's not Russian.
Well,
He
he's
doesn't
trained-
have an
he's-
accent.
He's worked hard to have no accent.
Yeah.
like his gaze flashed with something sardonic.
I don't know.
What's that word? We don't know.
You can Google it.
Let us know in the comments. I don't know if I'd call it that. I didn't know how I could have been so stupid for so long. Maybe I was in denial, but it was all clear to me now. He might hate himself for it, but Christian Allister was still into me. Really into me.
There it is.
My back hit the living room wall. Does that scare you? A whisper of darkness laced through his voice as he stalked toward me. I nodded. Good. He pressed his hands against the wall on either side of me. It should. The rasp of his voice sent the hair on my arms on end, and I sucked in a breath as his lips skimmed up on my neck. I've always thought about you. He pressed his next words against my ear. More than your date tonight could have ever think about you. I shivered. I've thought about you so much. Oh, wait, no, that's him.
Yeah, I'm like, what?
I've thought about you so much. You're mine now. It was a growl that lowered into a threat. You're lucky I didn't let him touch you, Gianna, because I really don't like it when people touch my things. I swallowed.
You sound like an angry baby.
Who touches me is none of your business. It's always been my business. My heartbeat dipped between my legs, and I was suddenly looking through a hazy film of desire. I dropped my head against the wall, drawing half-lidded eyes up to his. Why do you kiss me? My lips parted. Should I say, why don't you kiss me?
No, she says, why do you kiss me? Because he doesn't kiss anyone, and she knows that, but he kisses her.
Oh, because she's not like the other girls.
Because he doesn't hate her. He doesn't hate her germs.
He's like, I like them. We can share germs. Just like we all shared lip gloss before this. My lips parted as he ran a thumb across the seam. It shuts you up.
See, she loves it.
I remained still, my breathing erratic as his hands slid down my waist, my hips, skimming the outside of my thighs. The caress was slow. Reverent? Like The Revenant.
God damn
Like
it.
the movie.
As soon as he said it, I was like, she's going to go there. With the bear. Yeah,
With the
there's a bear in the room.
He's like a bear, like clawing down the side of her. As if he was trying to memorize the curves of my body. His possessive gaze watched mine, almost daring me to stop him as he eased the dress up my thighs, burying the lacy fabric between my legs. My body shivered in anticipation. That's from Rocky Horror Picture Show. I see you shiver with anticipation.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
That's when, and then he goes into like, I'm a sweet transvestite. He pressed 2 fingers against my lips. Suck. Oh, God. I didn't hesitate to draw his fingers into my mouth. His gaze darkened when I scraped them with teeth as he pulled them back out.
His eyes darkened. Okay.
Oh, yeah, his gaze darkened. We haven't had eyes darkened in
I
a
know.
while.
It's been a minute.
When he dipped his hand beneath the fabric between my thighs and roughly pushed those fingers inside me, a strangled sound escaped me. There's a lot of strangled sounds you get in these books. A strangled gasp where like that.
Sure. Yeah.
The beginning of orgasm had already started a fire inside of me. You blushed for him, he growled. You really shouldn't have done that, Gianna. You have no idea what you've just unleashed.
It's a natural response.
She's like, sorry, got my heart rate up.
Sorry.
A flush warmed my body as I writhed. That's another word we get a lot. Panted, moaned under his touch. Each time he slid his fingers in and out of me, 3 times at a time. Do you do 3 fingers?
Sure.
Or does it go 1?
Or is it 3?
2, 3. Is it a
It's
Russian
a speculum.
thing? Like a speculum?
It's a Russian thing? Italian.
Or Italian.
what?
Would that be Italian?
Is that it? Oh my God.
You were doing that one day.
No, this is how in Sopranos,
They point
Pauly
like this.
points
Oh,
like this.
like this.
Where he's like, now you know who he talking to. That's Tony Soprano.
You guys are bad girls.
Says the girl who brought the book.
Yeah, whatever.
Each time he slid his fingers out of me, it was slower, easier, like the anger was draining out of him. And then he rubbed against a spot that made me see spots.
Spot.
His lips skimmed against mine. You gave me a word I can't say.
Do you want to spell it?
Who makes you come? Malyshka.
It's Russian, so Malishka?
Malishka.
Sure.
Now
There
you
you go.
need to do Russian for Duolingo.
Ooh.
You, I moaned. A noise of satisfaction rumbled in his chest, and then his fingers were gone. He lifted me by the waist and carried me a few steps. A gasp escaped me when he dropped me in a rough motion on the kitchen island after sweeping everything off the surface. Oh, it's like out of a movie.
But who's going to clean that up?
Eh.
Well, that's true. Glass shattered, triggered. She's gonna cut her ankle again.
Oh.
Maybe that's his kink.
It really gets them going.
Silverware clanged, papers flew. He ripped my thongs.
She's like, my bills.
She's like,
My grocery
"Fuck."
list.
Yeah, she's like, ooh. He ripped my thong down my legs, and with shaky hands, I worked on his belt buckle, reaching beneath his waistband. I took him in my hand, so hot and hard. His fingers
Looked right at
dug.
me.
Yeah, she did.
His fingers dug into my inner thighs as he spread my legs, and then he pushed inside me in one deep thrust. I choked. He hissed. His eyes were on where we were connected.
2 more pumps.
God, slow, I begged, clutching his arms. He stilled. And then we were both shaking as he eased out and then back in again.
1 more.
1, 2, 3. Pleasure burned through my veins. I moaned, ran my fingers up his chest, and held onto his shoulders as he fucked me slowly on the edge of the counter. We both watched his length disappear in and out of me. He lifted me off the counter, pressed me against the wall, and fucked me deep and hard.
Emily's
What are
kicking her
your
little
toes
feet.
doing?
My little
Emily's
feetsies.
getting going.
Each thrust sent a wave of heat curling and searing through me. We were chest to chest. Ooh, You know how when you're like that, it makes a fart noise?
Oh my God.
No.
There's no way none of y'all have ever had like sweaty chest to chest. Ladies, am I right? His hand on my throat, my legs wrapped around him. We still had our clothes on, yet every point of contact was so hot, so maddening, and I'd never felt closer to anyone. He kissed me only twice. Only 2 times. He has to do another one.
He's saving one for later.
Bad things could happen if he doesn't do another time, though.
That's true.
Both short and distracted. They didn't count because they were short and distracted.
Yeah, he doesn't even realize he's doing it.
But each time something warm unraveled in my chest, pooling in my extremities like melted butter.
We all just went, oh. Butter.
The orgasm hit me hard, shooting stars between my eyes and knocking the breath out of my lungs. Like cuckoo.
That noise.
I tightened a fist in his hair, lightly biting down where his shoulder met his neck. With rough noise, he pulled out and came all over my thigh. He like turned to the side. Why not just go on her tummy?
Ask him.
Anyways, he's dead. It's Paul Walker. He's gone. Let's see. It wasn't romantic in the least. But something about seeing him come undone brought out a tender, grateful part of me, with my legs still wrapped around him. But there's cum on your thighs.
I don't know.
Well, they're standing. They're up against the wall.
Oh, so he did just go to the side a little bit.
Yeah,
and then
probably
she's
just
like, I'm going to pat that on you.
The charades of your... Okay.
I placed a kiss on his neck, soaking up his smell. He rested his hands on the wall on either side of me, his breathing hard, while I kissed his jawline, his cheeks, his lips. If I knew I only had to fuck you to see how sweet you could actually be, I'd have done it a lot sooner. Yeah, fucking right. You wouldn't have, because you should have done it all the time.
Yeah. She's mad at him now. She loves him.
Yeah, you should have fucked her earlier.
Yeah, that's it.
So his
That's
card
the end
is
of the
the
scene.
3 of hearts. Because other ones, there's like I'm remembering like the covers
Oh.
of where Nico had the ace of spades.
Oh, yeah.
I loved it. That's our first standing coming.
Is it? Vanessa.
She's like rolling through a Rolodex.
Well, I mean,
I feel like this. I mean, they usually
that you've read, I guess.
that I've read.
Yeah.
I love it. See, it's still new stuff.
Yeah.
I like that. There weren't too many icks.
Yeah.
So they fuck. She's sweet. He only kissed her twice though. What else happens?
There's another scene where there's a storm.
Does she get married again?
No. Well,
Maybe.
I think they
to
get
him?
married later.
Oh, I mean, they're soulmates.
They're soulmates. They're together. They get over their shit and they're
Did she
together.
get money from the dead husbands?
One of them, yes. The other one, she told the son, I don't want his money. I don't care. I still have some of the other guys.
Good girl. Good girl.
There's a scene where there's a storm and the power goes out at their apartment complex.
Because they're roommates?
Yeah. She's terrified of the dark.
Why?
They have this in common. When they were kids, somebody took advantage of them.
Oh.
Yeah. Turns out Christian always kept his brother Ronan safe from that.
Oh.
And she doesn't know if her father ever knew about it because it was like a family friend that would always, when the lights were off. So she's terrified of the dark, and so she goes and runs and like knocks on his door. And I think this is before they have sex that time that we just read.
I was gonna say, like, why are y'all still in separate houses?
Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, she goes and knocks on the door. And at this point, they're like shoving each other into plants and cleaning carts and all that stuff. And she's having a panic attack. And so he opens the door and she says, I'm going to die. And he says, never, whatever word he called.
Malishka.
There you go. And then
Mariska Hargitay.
never Mariska Hargitay. And then he picks her up and brings her in and like makes her feel better and like talks her through her panic attack. And she talks to him about that. And then later they have sex up against the wall and he comes on her thigh and it's all very romantic, but not. And then they sort of start like dating, but not, but together, but not. And they like dance around it for a while. And then some plot stuff happens that I'll not spoil.
Ooh,
and then they
the
get over it and they're together and they're so in love.
They're
and
so
then
in love.
in book 3, when the woman gets kidnapped. Okay, book 3, the Russian, and then he kidnaps Mila, and then he has her like tied to the bed.
Right.
His brother and his brother's wife and their child show up, and that's Gianna and Christian. They show up and they find. So she walks in and finds a kidnapped woman. And she's like, "Girl," and then like gives her a shirt and she's like, "Yeah, we can't let you go, but like don't worry about him. He's like all bark and no bite. Like you're totally gonna be safe. He's a sweetheart."
Okay. He just likes to do this kind of stuff.
He's a little out there, but like you're good.
Yeah. She's like, if he's anything like his brother, you're good.
Yeah.
This is dog kennel guy.
Dog kennel guy.
Yeah.
Okay, got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, Barbara's. Do you like him more than who
God,
ranks
dog
in your
kennel
boyfriend?
guy. Dog kennel guy.
Number
like there's
one.
just something
Oh, he
about
bought her
him.
a coat.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I remember now.
She had to be warm.
And then
then,
bought her all she brought was dresses.
Right.
Yeah,
To
she
Russia.
She's
Silly
young.
girl. Hades got her a coat too. Right?
Oh yeah.
In Neon Gods.
Or he
Yeah.
wrapped her in a coat. She didn't have any shoes on.
She had to run across a screaming bridge.
Oh yeah, because you were like, were her feet all cut up, and I went, yeah, I don't know.
I'm surprised she didn't ask what kind of car they fucked in.
Yeah, what color was
Ooh,
her
what kind
toenail
of, I bet
polish?
they fucked in like a black Mercedes.
Silver Mercedes.
Silver.
He's
Okay.
FBI, so
Right.
of course.
Yeah, so they give him at like, okay. So
Yeah.
what do the good people at Goodreads think?
They had a lot of thoughts because this is that author. I think I have the same person who I did a 1-star review for the second book. I think that same person, I have one of their reviews.
Ooh, okay.
Okay, Amazon has it as a 4.6 out of like 31,000 ratings.
Nice.
And Amazon had 0 1-star ratings.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's too good.
The members love
It's
it.
too good. They love it. Goodreads has it as a 4.26 out of 164,000 ratings.
Wow.
No reviews from friends of the podcast, but Jordan gave it 5 stars and Katie gave it 4 stars.
Hey.
Okay. Layla said, man was creepy as fuck, a stalker. I'd say go to therapy, but I guess he did, and he was still weird.
Girl, do we have some books for you to not read?
Watch out. Have you heard of kissing the coronavirus? Robin said, first we need to fix this mess and then climate change.
What?
This is number 1 on their list of things to fix in the
Yes.
world.
Yes.
That's what the Stop Oil people are actually like doing like their stuff with.
This guy is a problem.
She's like, this is fiction and so is climate change. We need to fix this.
They're both huge problems. Zara said, just letting anyone in the FBI, I guess.
I was going to say it is a little...
Does he help them to where like keep the heat off of them or whatever? Like almost like
Yeah.
a reverse informant?
Yeah, it's a lot of like, hey, we can't find a guy. We need to find him quick. And he's like, all right, I'll find him. Like he does like jobs for them, but
But he's not on like the RICO task force or anything.
No,
Okay.
no. Emery said, some girl named Kat recommended this to me on TikTok.
Some girl.
I just want to say, Kat, if you're reading this, delete your book review account because how did you rate this 5 stars?
Oh my God.
Poor
She's
Kat.
so upset.
Cat's like, look, Cat's Corner can give all the predictions or like whatever.
Cat's Corner.
My train of thought.
Recommendation.
Recommendations that they want.
Yes.
I liked it. I like it. Are there more?
There's
I like
one more. This is the one that I think we did for a 1-star review last time as well, because I remember this. Eamon says, disclaimer, racist author. I don't support her and you shouldn't either.
I was wondering which author that was.
Yeah.
It's that author who is like, personally problematic and she doesn't talk about politics a lot in her books. I don't really know the backstory. Like we don't really go into that with our authors, but if that's a thing for you, don't read the book.
It's also like one of those things where like anything could be interpreted as anything.
Yeah.
I don't know the details, but she felt strongly about this. And there are
She's like, I'm
actually...
going to write it on every single book of hers.
There were a lot of 1-star reviews that originally, like the text of them were like 5 stars, and then the rating was 1 star. So they went back later when they found out and changed it. So, but she seemed to actually really like it because she said, you'd have to be sick to simp over a cold-blooded killer. That man needs to be thrown in jail without the key. Cough, cough, with like a little face like, oh, it's me.
I'm sick.
As can be expected, I was cheeking and screaming while reading this book, kicking her little feet and inking.
So this is the
Cheeking
person
and
that
screaming.
said,
1 star.
but they were like, I had a great time, but they're problematic.
Yeah, so 1 star for that.
Okay.
I was hollering off the top of my lungs at the ink on the paper. I couldn't control my breathing, not just during the hot and heavy scenes, but also the funny scenes. I was making animal noises at what I was reading.
She's feral.
Christian can fucking get it. The things I do.
Daniel Laurie cannot get it, but Christian Allister can get it.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah.
The things I would do to be Gianna. Ugh, I want to hate her, but I mostly want to be her. Christian had my knees trembling, my throat dry, and my thrussy growling.
My
Thrusty.
Thrussy.
Why
Thrusty, not a bussy?
I don't know. I am in love with him, and he ain't even real. It got to the point that I had to download Duolingo to learn Russian just in case there's a small chance.
Emily?
It's me. It's me. I was like, I just wanted to go see my little green bird again.
Juicy booty.
Oh, that was great.
I love this book. There is a lot more that happens, but read it if you want.
Yeah. There's a lot of apparently there's some plot stuff that we don't know about.
There's a lot left to get into if you want to get into it. I feel like lately all the books we do is like, here's literally every single thing that happens, which is great, but also I'm like, I'll give you one because I love this book.
Yeah.
How many books are in this series?
3.
Oh, so now we've covered all 3.
2019, let's say 2020 maybe is when all the stuff came out.
Triple
and she
dipper.
has not written since.
She's not written anything since.
No.
Okay.
When did the last one come out? 2023?
2019. No, I don't know.
And she hasn't written anything since?
Is it that she has different political views than we do?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait,
Okay.
you think she hasn't written anything because of that?
The outpouring of people who were so upset about things that came out about her, not just about her political views, but like racist views, apparently. Again, I haven't looked into any of this, but from what I know, it's racism and politics are a real bummer. So like the whole thing, there was so much pushback that like she hasn't
I wonder if she
released
does under a
anything.
pen name.
I don't know if it's pen name. I don't know if she's gonna try to like work her way back in, which Armie Hammer is trying to do. No. But like, yeah.
Wow. Army, like, you know, we got Glenn Powell. We got a new normal
good.
white guy.
We're good.
Just wait till some shit comes out about him, though.
Glenn Powell has IUDs in his mouth. Like, let's go.
Oh my God. He's like, free IUDs.
Flicks them through the 4DX. Yeah, that's where you're like, whoa.
An IUD for you. Glenn, this podcast is for you.
Why did they ask me if I was female when I picked out my seats?
That's where if they want it water or no water button. That's what it's for.
You're obviously wearing makeup if you don't want water.
I love it. Well, thank you for bringing us a good book.
You're welcome. This was the one that I had prepped and then changed and did the coronavirus anyway, so I figured I'd do it.
I'm glad you did.
When she punished me.
If you like punishment, you can,
Let us know.
let us know. Like and subscribe, share, tell all your friends, tell your book clubs, go tell everyone you can be friends with us on Goodreads. Tell everybody on Goodreads to listen to us. Tell your FBI informant, tell your old husband.
Tell TikTok to be nice to us.
Tell TikTok to be nice to
stepbrother.
us. Ooh, yeah.
Nico.
Ooh, tell Nico. Tell Duolingo. Tell Glenn Powell. What's up? Clutch My Pearls Pod everywhere on the internet. Patreon.com/ClutchMyPearlsPod. You can get the episode a day early. So I'll see you Monday. And then for everybody else, see you next Tuesday. Bye.
Bye. Oh my God.